Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hearts of Iron 4 video. Today we are going to play as Democratic Germany. So, we have to start as Germany, and our goal is to remove the evil ideologies of both fascism and communism from the entire world, or at least handle the big countries. So, I guess we can disregard Central or South America unless I feel like it. So, what do we need to do? Well, first we need to switch Germany to democracy. We also need to handle Italy, Spain after the Civil War, whichever it becomes, France if it flips to something, which it probably will, Soviet Union, and Japan. Possibly Communist China, but probably they will be handled by Japan. There are a few ways to do this, and I still haven't decided which one I'm going to use. Regular difficulty, Ironman mode, historical focuses, Germany. Let's go. The straightforward path to democracy is to oppose Hitler, secure the new state, re-establish free elections, and then create the Central European Alliance. This of course locks us out from the path of Rhineland and the Anschluss, and that can be a bit unfortunate, but there are ways to keep Rhineland and oppose Hitler at the same time. Now, I'm not certain if we should go straight for oppose Hitler or do both oppose Hitler and Rhineland. Because if we do both, we might end up having not enough time to create the Central European Alliance. But okay, let's risk it, let's try it. So, we need to attack someone before we turn to democracy. Preferably someone who would not otherwise become our ally. So, not the Low Countries, not Austria, Czechoslovakia or Hungary, not Yugoslavia or Romania, not one of the Scandinavian countries, not Poland, not Finland, and not the Baltic countries. Also, the target needs to be very small because we cannot generate too much world attention. Well, that leaves us with Switzerland. So we're going to attack Switzerland before we turn to democracy. I'll explain it like this. When the German military officers see that Hitler invades poor little Switzerland and takes all their cheese, they will decide to overthrow him. That's how we're going to play it. Now, this is time sensitive. We need to act as quickly as possible, which is why I'm not selecting a focus right away. We need to gather up enough political power to start justifying our war goal on Switzerland. We need 50 political power, and only then will I do my first focus. As for equipment and everything, I'm feeling lazy, so I'm just going to use pure infantry and nothing else. Maybe we'll add some support or artillery to it. I'll decide later. For now, just infantry equipment. As for factories, let's do some infrastructure and some civilian factories. And then some infrastructure and some civilian factories. You can see where this is going. Research, electronic engineering, doctrine. I could go with mobile warfare. It is highly effective, especially with mobile infantry. But I can't be bothered to care about oil, so we'll just do mass assault, because why the hell not? And that is it. Let's unpause and wait until we have 50 political power. 50 political power is here. Let's justify a war goal on Switzerland. Let's start with the army innovations. I'd like to get those doctrines done quickly. I made a mistake. I forgot that having negative political power stops your justification, so I should have waited until we had 60. Well, we are delayed by a few days. Let's see to our generals. I'm going to promote Guderian to a field marshal. We are questioning Swiss sovereignty. Let's go to extensive conscription. Treaty with the USSR complete. They accept. We don't care about the treaty itself, but we want army innovations too. However, that can wait a moment. 4-year plan. Let's promote von Manstein as well, and start preparing our armies to fight Switzerland. Actually, I should be training more troops. I should have started training more troops at the very beginning of the game. I forgot. Some cavalry, because they're the cheapest to train. Now, this is fairly difficult terrain, and they have few troops concentrated on a small area, easier for them to defend. So, that is why I'm going to let them into our lands a little bit. This way we should be able to destroy them easier and faster. Radio, please. Metal bills, we don't care. Dutch trade, we don't care. Let's promote Kesselring. The other 3 guys I'm going to use to lead my armies. I will use field marshals as generals as well, because that trains them quite quickly. Oh, actually, Guderian was the first one to be promoted, so he should be in the position of the field marshal. United Kingdom dominates Dutch trade negotiations. We don't care. Right, mass assault. Let's continue to pocket defense. And get some convoys. We don't care about the navy. Alright, let's deploy all that cavalry and form all of this into 3 armies. And switch you into infantry. And we have 3 full armies. Also, you are going to lead the 3rd one. Let's give Guderian offensive doctrine. Next up, army innovations. 2. We denounce Swiss ideals. Not sure what they are. Methobills. Good. I don't like the methobills. Let's go to free trade. I am not hiring silent workhorses because they are fascist, and once we switch to democracy, they'll be executed. So it would be a waste of political power. Justification is complete. Let's declare war immediately. Now, I'm expecting them to get a bit into our territory because we're undefended. And they will be vulnerable. Now this has remilitarized Rhineland. I'm not going to accept volunteers from Italy because I'm not sure if that will not increase the world tension too much. We don't want the world tension to be increased. Because there is a bit of a limit on one of the focuses. See, the Great Red Menace requires us to have caused less than 15% world tension. We will cause more, but then it will go down. Alright, they're getting into our territory. Now spread. Yes, make the front line long. Perfect. Now we could do oppose Hitler right now. I don't think we'll be moving into the Swiss territories fast enough for this to work though. Maybe let's do one more focus before we oppose Hitler. Yeah, I guess we'll do autarky. As for research, concentrated industry 2. I would do construction 2 as well, but I wanted to use the bonus for this. Now you guys, take out Switzerland for me. They don't have enough troops to cover this border sufficiently, but they do have enough troops to cover this for a while. Which is why we're attacking, and we're attacking very aggressively. Go. They should be in retreat, and by the time we reach actual Switzerland, they will not be strong enough to resist us. Actually, you guys might want to do a manual attack order. Yeah, I should have done oppose Hitler. We're about to be done with Switzerland. Let's cancel our Turkey. We want to be done with oppose Hitler as quickly as possible. There we go. When the focus is over, a civil war will break out, so of course we do have to hurry up. But we're almost done. There goes Switzerland. Let's annex everything. Now we could have puppeted them, that would have decreased the world tension we caused, but it's fine. Now on to step 2 of our plan. We need to defeat Hitler in a civil war. Fortunately, we have gained some army experience in this civil war, so we can use that to help ourselves a little bit. Well, when the civil war starts, we will get some free units, and we can actually change what they will be. What we need to do is edit our template, and you can do that on any unit. You can get tanks if you prefer. Duplicate it. Name it Landsturmregiment. Landsturmregiment. This is important. It has to be named exactly that. And now, well, now I can add some stuff to it, because I'm gonna get a fully equipped unit of this for free. How about we use some artillery for this? As much as we have points for. If we had more army experience, we could add more. And we will get an army of these units for free. So let's save the Landsturmregiment. Also, we don't want our enemy, our future enemy, to have a lot of strong units, so we should weaken ourselves. I am going to train a lot of cavalry brigades. I am not going to deploy them, just keep them in training. 106. That will go down. What else? Well, I'm also going to disband all the troops I have. Why? Well, because they will be split between us in a civil war, and if I don't have any, they won't have any either. Now, there was a thing where you could send them out to sea, and they would not be counted to the total limit of troops when the civil war was starting. I'm not sure, I think they fixed that, but well, let's not try it this time. Let's just disband everyone. Let's save up some political power for when the war happens. And there's one more thing we need to do. See, before we finish the focus to oppose Hitler, we have to bypass Rhineland. Why? Because we can. It opens up Anschluss and other stuff here if we choose to use it. We don't have to use it, but we can. Unfortunately, we are about to increase the world tension quite a bit, but that will decay. Okay, Wehrmacht officers challenge Hitler. Perfect. Purge the Nazi scum from our lands. So we got some regiments, and they got some regiments. But their regiments are 3 infantry. Our regiments would also be 3 infantry, if we didn't create that template we created. But instead, there are 9 infantry, 11 artillery, and 2 support companies, which is slightly superior. We also have all these cavalry units that are not yet deployed. They're not fully trained. The enemy can deploy them as well, because they got half of them. But what we're going to do is just deploy ours. Get all the troops. We have 77 total divisions. Let's go down to 72. Disband the rest, we don't need that many. Switch all that cavalry to just regular infantry. And keep all that artillery because they're fully equipped, so why not? And create 3 nicely balanced armies that should be able to handle our enemies. We are now ready to crush the fascist scum. Quickly, please. And, yeah, let's unpause. Germany embroiled in civil war, and we're already attacking. Oh, also, We can use this to increase our economy. I probably should have gone to service by requirement rather than extensive conscription, but we are on mass assault, so we will get extra manpower from that. So let's go to total mobilization. And we can do women in the workforce later if we need it. Total mobilization reduces our manpower to just 2%, unfortunately, because we get 5 from extensive conscription, but minus 3 from total mobilization. Perhaps I should have gone with war economy instead, but I think this is okay, because we will get an extra 5 from the doctrine. We could sharpen air safety regulations to save the Hindenburg, but we're not going the Kaiserreich route, so it's not necessary. And if we run out of manpower, we can always lower our economy. Let's also do some war propaganda. While we can, it may come in handy later. We do have a lot of war support, but that will not last forever. Let's see Hitler defeated. Concentrated Industry 2 complete. Let's do Concentrated Industry 3. I want to get it done quickly and use the bonus on it. See, they have deployed that cavalry I was training ahead of time, but they're not switching it to anything else. They're just using it as cavalry. I could have done it differently. I could have just created a very tiny template with just 1 unit in it and trained those instead. That probably would have been even better. We have slowed it down a bit, but soon all of this territory will be ours and we can focus our efforts on the northern part. Attacking Berlin, and it's ours. Hitler found dead. How long until they capitulate? They're almost capitulating. Just a couple more victory points. And I think I will go to service by requirement, because 2% manpower is just not enough. The penalty on construction speed and factory output will sting, but we are an industrial powerhouse, so it will not sting that much. There's one more thing we perhaps should have done, and that is justify a war goal on Italy while still fascist. That probably would have been a good idea, because then we could immediately go after Italy and eliminate it. But what is done is done. I'll handle them later. Right, the civil war is over. We won. German civil war ends, and we're going to hang all the Nazis. Delete Landsturm Regiment template and remove all units created from this template. You can avoid that. What you need to do is edit the template and rename it to something else, like Landsturm Regiment 2, 2, and that does it. We have kept all that artillery. Now that I need it, I will probably modify the template, but we will keep the equipment. Hitler is done for. Germany is non-aligned. Unfortunately, we have caused 18% world tension, but don't worry, that will decay on its own. Now it's time to secure the new state, and perhaps settle on a template we're going to be using. Alright, that's the template we're going to be using. Let's switch all our units to it. With all the artillery we got from the Civil War, we will not have to worry about artillery production for quite a long time. Let's also exercise these guys. That will sacrifice some of the equipment, but again, we're Germany, and that's not going to be a problem. Just 5% consumer goods factories. Total mobilization is brilliant. We're just focusing on civilian factories for now. Secured the new state complete, let's re-establish free elections. We are turning democratic. Unfortunately, we won't be able to attack anyone, but we'll get the war goals in other ways. Improved machine tools and mass mobilization. We'll have 7% manpower from just our laws and 5% from the doctrines, which is a total of 12% manpower. Quite a lot. Japan attacks China. Fortunately, it's not my problem for now. And when we become democratic, I'm going to try boosting that ideology in Japan. Perhaps we can avoid fighting them altogether, because we don't really care about defeating, say, Japan. We just care if they're democratic or not. I suppose I could do the same to Italy. We'll see. We have re-established free elections. Now it's time to, do the monarchy compromise and so on, but we can't yet, not enough support. For now, we will rebuild the nation and hire some advisors. More specifically, a connected citizen that gives us political power and stability, and a liberal journalist, political power and democracy support. And once we get to 40% democracy, we'll be able to do the next focus. Now, I'd also like to do some anti-communist raids, because that will boost my stability and speed up the democratization of our country. There we go. It damages stability in the short term, but boosts it in the long term. I'm not prioritizing repairs, they will be handled automatically. I don't have enough steel for all the ships, but fortunately I don't care. All my troops are trained up. Stop the exercise. Improved infantry equipment 1, so that we can get the better guns soon. New and better Germany. How's our world tension? Yeah, it's gone down below 15% already. See, It decays on its own when we're at peace, and we need lower than 15 to do the Great Red Menace. Fortunately, we do have lower than 15. Improved computing machine. I know it's ahead of time, but these things are worth it. Some excavation, there's a bonus to it. And we have created the new and better Germany. What's next? The monarchy compromise. We will become democratic. And with that, we will be able to start boosting ideologies in other countries. France is doing support the right, which means they will become fascist and probably ally with Italy. Intriguing. Okay, Yugoslavia wants my planes. Sure, you can have my bombers. Next doctrine, here we go. Now our stability is 97%. We could hire this guy for stability plus 10, which is usually worth it, but that would only give us 3. And Hjalmar I suppose he's worth it. We will lose him when we demand Sudetenland, but it will take a while for us to demand Sudetenland. So there you go, Hjalmar Schacht. Speeds up our construction. Yeah, seems like I didn't set this up correctly, did I? This setup should work out nicely. Alright, we'll get 5 extra stability from this as well, so we will be over 100. There we go, Konrad Adenauer is now our leader. Right ascendant in France, which means they will slowly become fascist. That's fine by me. We will not be stopped by the Maginot Line, we can just attack from here. Let's do the Great Red Menace. Infantry equipment designer. Republican Spain will win, so we'll have sort of access in France and Italy, and Comintern in Spain and the Soviet Union. Good. Divide and conquer. We'll first handle one of them and then the other. Probably the fascists first, because Italy will declare war on Greece, and then we can guarantee Greece and get them into our alliance that we're building right now. We do have lots of equipment, let's train 2 more armies. Let's train 2 more armies. Promote our field marshals. Escalating seems to be more capable of leading them now, so let's flip them around a bit. Ultimately, every one of them will get their own army group. Let's do some more anti-communist raids. That extra stability will be useful later when we're at war. Germany speaks against the Soviet Union. Yeah, we've done some bad things in the past. Let's refocus everyone's attention on the Soviets. Now, in order to do the Central European Alliance, we first need to complete bulwark against Bolshevism. So that's our next course of action. Reverse the brain drain and the extra research slot. Here are very tempting, but we cannot get distracted. We need to act fast. Fun Prussian militarism. Let's work on the better guns. It is ahead of time, but it will also make us much more powerful. Let's deploy these guys and train them in the field. Republican Spain won, and Sweden wants non-aggression. Sure, we're the good guy now. Well, apart from, Switzerland, but we'll try to convince everyone that it was always part of Germany, Holy Roman Empire and all that. Then we can do the same for Austria and Czechoslovakia. Bulwark against Bolshevism. The Soviets will hate us, which is fine. Construction 3. Now, we don't have a lot of military factories, but once we're done with all of these, we should have access to the next level of concentrated industry, and that will give us room for all the military factories. In retrospect, I probably should not have delayed any focuses and just started with this path so that we could get the extra research slot quickly. But what's done is done. Bulwark against Bolshevism complete. Time for the Central European Alliance and Industrial Concern. I really like the engineer trait, it is very useful. So you get to lead an army. Hungary renounces Treaty of Trianon. If we were able to justify war goals, which unfortunately we're not, that would be a perfect opportunity to attack them. Now this will not invite Hungary to our faction, unfortunately, but what we can do is just align them through here later on. And we're now able to influence ideologies. So let's boost party popularity in Hungary. And in Italy, let's leave the Soviet Union alone for now. And also in Japan. If we can start a civil war in Italy, it will be much easier to handle them, and France. If we can start a civil war in Japan and support it, perhaps we will not have to invade Japan at all. Or maybe we can just do this slowly, and they will flip on their own. Of course, that reduces our political power, but we pretty much purchased all the important stuff already. We will spend the rest on some army advisors, but they will not be needed for a while. Central European Alliance. And Republican Spain joins Comintern. Interesting. Let's start inviting people. I suppose I will start with a Low Countries membership. Soviets ramp up military build-up. Not a problem, I can handle the Soviets, I think. We no longer get the effects of rebuild the nation. Let's hire an infantry expert. MP38 complete. Advanced machine tools. And human wave offensive. It's probably the strongest single doctrine in the whole tree. Netherlands join, Luxembourg joins, and Belgium rejects. Oh, come on. Belgium? Maybe I should have increased our relations? Well, when France attacks you, you'll change your mind. What's next? Let's do Scandinavian membership. Perhaps I should increase my relations with them? Let's have a look. They don't like me. Sweden likes me, but the others don't. Let's do non-aggression pacts. That'll increase our relations a bit. Ask for military access? Sure. Same for Sweden. You know, increasing our relations a little bit. Probably should have done the same with Belgium when we were inviting them. We could guarantee independence, but that costs political power. Belgium is getting fascist support. Denmark joins, Norway joins, Sweden joins. Perfect. Together, we shall defend democracy. Not sure what we should do about Finland. We're not ready to defend against the Soviet Union just yet. I would need Poland for that. Let's do Polish membership first. Let's see if they like me. Not really, but they will do some pacts with me. Let's do docking rights, military access. That should be sufficient for them to like me. As for Austria and Czechoslovakia, perhaps I can just annex them through Anschluss and Sudetenland. So against Italy, not a problem. Now there will be some stuff going down between Italy, Yugoslavia and Greece. I'm not sure I want to get involved just yet. Maybe we should handle the communists first. Ah, I forgot to start producing the better guns. My mistake. Come on, Poland, join me. Okay. Poland joins, but the Soviets attack Lithuania. I can invite Lithuania, which will put me at war with the Soviets. Is that what we want? I think it is what we want. They are weak right now, and they are in an offensive war. So the purges will not be taken care of, I think. So this might be the perfect opportunity to get rid of the Soviet Union. Let's move into Poland, and then we'll invite Lithuania into our faction. Now we don't need to do the Baltic membership focus. They'll just join us on their own. By the way, how is Hungary? Yeah, we can switch them to democracy, I think. I could do the Danubian membership. Maybe it's better to do Anschluss. Yeah, let's just do the Anschluss. We'll get cause from that. Soviet Union attacked Finland. Finnish membership has been bypassed. Yeah, I think I'll invite them to my faction. Let's just let our units get to the Soviet border. And be balanced. We don't need to be super aggressive. Then again, there are no enemy troops on this border, so let's be super aggressive. Activate. Get ready. Once they have the planning bonuses, we attack the Soviets. And they attacked Estonia as well. Let's invite some people. Invite to faction Lithuania. Invite to faction Estonia. And invite to faction Finland. There you go. They've all accepted. We're all in this together. Now I could send some troops to Finland as well, but I don't think that's necessary. We'll just attack from Poland. So, where's my call to arms? Human wave offensive is complete. I could modify my template a bit. Make use of the decreased infantry width. Let's add one more infantry unit. You're not inviting me to your wars. I'm going to join it. Soviet-French War. Soviet-French War? What? Soviet War on France. Ah, France guaranteed them. I wonder if I can get them into my alliance while they're still democratic. Interesting. Alright, let's start with just joining both of the wars. Those should be merged, and I can now invite France to my alliance. Sure, let's do that. I can just throw them out later. France is now our ally. Now this will become slightly problematic because Republican Spain is actually in the Comintern, but France should be able to handle Spain. Now let's call all the allies to all my wars. The wars have not been merged yet. Try and do that. Lithuania, yes, we accept everything. No matter. The war has started. Everyone against the Soviet Union. So beautiful. I really didn't think we were going to get France into it, but apparently they guaranteed some people, which is great. So, go get me some army experience. And some Soviet territory, please. Was my participation 70%. I might need to help France in Spain, which means I might need to train more armies. Let's give them some time, perhaps they can handle it. Right on cue, France has switched to fascist. They might leave my alliance because of that. We'll see. Oh, I thought we had some more time. Anyway, let's train, say, 2 more armies. We'll send them to Spain. Now, the Soviet Union should be extremely weak because of the purge. They also do not have the Great Patriotic War modifier, because they are the aggressor. We're having poor supply in Poland. Yeah, I need to repair all that infrastructure here. Would you like to give me control? You will not give me everything, but you will give me almost everything. Let's put them on cautious. Alright. Latvia was guaranteed by the United Kingdom. I wonder if Anschluss will succeed. Let's deploy these units so we can intimidate the Austrians a little bit. Or rather show them that they will be safer with us. So the United Kingdom is also in this war. Everyone is fighting the Soviet Union together. Now, my army is relatively weak. I thought I was going to have more time. Yay, Anschluss. Now, what's next? I'm actually going to demand Sudetenland. We could try and get Czechoslovakia into our faction, but of course we will benefit more from just annexing them, if they agree. What we're going to do is try to convince them diplomatically that they will be better off with us. And of course I'm not going to attack them if they refuse, because we're democratic and we're the good guys now. So we just use peaceful coercion and peaceful threats. Once Sudetenland is taken care of, we can move these armies to Spain. Ah, France is doing naval invasions. Nice. Well, let's ignore Yugoslavia for now. Britain, non-aggression. Sure, why not? And they want military access. Sure. Let's ask them for docking rights and for military access as well. I could invite them to the faction if they didn't have their own. Or I could join the Allies if I didn't have my own. Then we would probably be able to take it from them, like take over the faction. Also, can I do women in the workforce? Yes, I can. Should we? No. We don't need to. But what we should do is improve work conditions. Fall off Kiev. Oh, really? Good. I really should send some armies up north, shouldn't I? Yeah, I don't think I actually need troops on the Czech border in order for them to be afraid of me. Let's send our guys over to Finland. How is my meddling in Japan? Fine. Hungary? Better than fine. And Italy. Okay. Yeah, we're the good guys. We're helping our allies. Let's make another army, and I am out of artillery. I do have a big stockpile, but it's running out, so I will modify the template, reduce the amount of artillery by 1, and just add some infantry. I don't think the Soviets can resist us in the long run. If I was using the default doctrines for Germany, I would have an easier time defeating the Soviet Union, but I really don't like, being bothered with fuel and stuff like that. Right, I forgot. We need to hire an army offense expert. Demand Sudetenland complete, and we get territory. Let's go for fate of Czechoslovakia now. Yeah, we removed Hjalmar, unfortunately, but, that's the price of stealing territory from his country. No, actually, are the British at war with Spain? That is important. No, not with Spain. Pity. That would help quite a lot. Ah, we have regained some ground in Finland. We can just keep doing our own thing down here while the war is going on. We should have the upper hand eventually because there's more of us. I am missing equipment though. I'm missing infantry weapons now. So I think what we have to do is just go into our template and get rid of artillery altogether. Just run lots and lots of infantry. I will keep artillery as support. Yeah, now we have a large stockpile of artillery and we can focus on production on just the infantry weapons. Our troops have reached Spain. And you can already see the results. Now, as soon as this war is over, France will turn on us. But it's not over yet, is it? We should get Romania and Hungary into our faction. See, just one army sent down here, and that's all that was needed. First Vienna was complete, fate of Czechoslovakia. Our offensive from Poland is not going too well, but we're having some success in Finland. Fall of Nanjing. It would actually be beneficial to me if Japan went to war with the Soviet Union. And Spain is being taken care of. Fall of Leningrad. I mean, we're not progressing into the Soviet Union as quickly as I would like, but it's good enough. Question of Yugoslavia, we don't care, and Czechoslovakia, we take everything for ourselves. I feel like boosting popularity in Hungary is a waste. Let's cancel. We could demand Slovenia, I suppose. What's Yugoslavia doing? Italy is declaring war on them soon. Yeah, why not? Let's demand Slovenia. At this point, the war is kind of an afterthought. It's just going on here while we just focus on our own stuff. Italy is doing befriend Romania, which could be a problem for me, because I would like to snag Romania into my own faction. Ah, wait a minute. Republican Spain has capitulated. Good. Perfect even. Let's get you guys into Yugoslavia. I'm hoping to get them peacefully, but if I don't get them peacefully, I can always use force. And they are not democratic, so we're just bringing democracy to them. Hey Italy, would you like to fight communists together? You would not. If I declare war on Yugoslavia, and they declare war on Yugoslavia, we could sneakily get them into our faction. London, surrender. Cool. Now, what should we do? I wonder what will happen to Croatia if I do Fate of Yugoslavia. Really curious. Their Justification got booted because of what we did, it seems. Let's try to align Romania and Hungary then. London Conference. Extra territory. We are taking way too many casualties, unfortunately. I'm going to retreat some of our troops for a bit. The longer this goes on, the stronger we are. We don't need to hurry. Also, there are serious supply troubles here. So not having too many troops is also an advantage. I should have reversed the brain drain a while ago. Yeah, that's a mistake. I should be doing it instead of Grossraumwirtschaft. Actually, we're doing better now that we have less troops here. Should have done that earlier. Army regrouping expert. A bit late for that, unfortunately. Yeah, this is not a perfect game. I have not, rehearsed this. This is all kind of an improvisation. I wonder if I can make Italy democratic peacefully. It would be quite useful. They are actually, contrary to popular belief, a useful ally. Other equipment situation, not great, but it is getting better. I've missed one thing. I should be building up infrastructure here. We've aligned Hungary. Would you like to join my faction now? Not yet, but you're getting extra democratic support, so that's something. Let's do the same to Romania. Hungary demands Transylvania. What happens here? Romania rejects Hungarian demands. If Hungary now attacks Romania, we will have wasted quite a lot of effort. I'm actually now allowed to justify war goals, because there's so much world tension. And they've caused some. I suppose I could just attack them then. Seems like we have broken the Soviet resistance. We're moving in. The Netherlands joined the Allies and the United Kingdom disavows appeasement. Which is weird. Allied Romania, would you like to join my faction now? You would not, because we have a war. How about we get a non-aggression pact? I mean, perhaps they will accept in the future. Maybe if I do the focus for their membership. Sure, let's do that. Before we proceed to try and get them into our faction through here, let's reverse the brain drain finally. Army logistics expert. Should have done that a long time ago. See, again, this is not a perfect game. I've made many mistakes. But it is working out. Would you guys like to give me some territory? Yes, but not all of it. Alright, let's ask for it. How about Finland? You can keep Leningrad. Poland, would you like to give me some more territory? How about France? That's good enough. Okay. That's some extra territory for us. Democratic Germany. I should probably work on getting some nice infrastructure in this area. And we are next to Moscow. Let's be gentle. We don't want resistance. Panzerfaust. Fall of Moscow, finally. Okay. How far are you from capitulation? Halfway there. Now it will just become easier and easier. We're doing so well because now we have sufficient guns. Yeah, I should have gone with just pure infantry. That artillery was a mistake. Not needed at all. Brain drain reversed. I'm gonna give Hungary and Romania some time to accept democracy and go for the extra research slot in the meantime. Another thing that we probably should have done earlier. In retrospect, these three focuses were a mistake. We should have gone here instead. Portugal joins us. Perfect. I mean, they joined the Allies, but it's the same thing. The best guns have been researched. Oh, I need more steel. Well, I suppose I am on free trade. Let's strengthen our British friends. And the United States as well. Japan attacks the Philippines. Now, this is not exactly a problem for me. I mean, I will have to take care of Japan, but I don't necessarily need to fight Japan. Well, I can always do a coup. I accidentally stopped the recording, but fortunately not much was lost. We're progressing into the Soviet Union and they are close to capitulation, and I'm trying to get Romania to join my faction. Romania has joined. Cool. But Yugoslavia rejects. In that case, we should take care of Yugoslavia. But first let's do the shared research and development programs. Romania is a good ally. They have a very aggressive AI, and usually they're quite helpful. I'm still hoping that Hungary will accept our friendship voluntarily. They are 66% democratic. Election, wartime exception. No, we don't want elections. We have an advisor that gives us extra democratic support, so the change in ideologies will not be a problem. We're almost there. 97% towards capitulation. I'm going to need to kick the French out of our faction. When this ticks to 100, I'll try to pause and kick the French out before the peace conference. The Mannheim project. I appreciate the humor. Production cost reduction. This is actually quite nice. 100% towards capitulation. Let's kick the French out of the faction. France, kick from faction. I think they'll have less capabilities of taking territory in this war when they're not in faction with me. But we'll see. The peace conference should happen at midnight. There we go. So, what are we going to do? First, let's puppet Spain. And second, let's puppet the Soviet Union. As you can see, take all states is quite expensive, 5,500 points. But if we give it directly to the Soviet Union, rather than take it for ourselves, it is much cheaper. So, let's do just that. And that's it. Now, before anything else happens, you guys are trying to return home. Halt, don't do that. United Kingdom is cancelling non-aggression pact. And we lost bulwark against Bolshevism. Not a problem. Russian Federation is our puppet. Now, our next problem is France. France might attack some people. I don't know what will happen exactly. I could attack them, but then my troops here would be expelled. Modern esports. Now, unfortunately, Spain and the Russian Federation are only supervised states, so we can't technically annex them. Apparently, some stuff changed in the game. I don't know, I haven't been doing that for a while. Still, it doesn't really matter, because they are in our faction, our puppets, and also democratic. So we can use them. We don't need to annex them to use them. We still have France, Italy, and Japan to handle. Oh, but Japan is actually being invaded by the United States. How did you pull that off? Cool. So there might be no problem with Japan, actually. The United States might handle it for us. Which leaves France and Italy. I could kill France, just justify a war goal on them and attack. Wouldn't be able to do all the 66, but on the other hand, I don't need to. We can attack them from Spain and from here. So I suppose we'll just attack France then. Justify a war goal. There we go. 125 days. Just in case they attack first, I'm going to halt these units for a while. Would you please stop? I know what I did, the others are wrong. Yeah, okay, they're staying in their territory. Now, I don't plan to do all the 66 on them. That is done differently. I would need to attack their ally, for example. But if they attack one of my allies, say Luxembourg, then I'm ready, and we will have troops in their territory. In the meantime, you guys travel to Spain, please. And you guys travel over here. There is the Maginot Line, but we'll go in from Spain and also from what used to be Switzerland. Yeah, I should have taken Russian territory directly, but it doesn't matter for this particular challenge, so it's fine. We are their supervisor after all, and that's what matters. Lots of French people in France. Italy seeks extensive military pact, but not with me. I'm still hoping that Italy will flip to democracy, but they are doing war with Greece, and I could guarantee Greece, which would give me an opportunity to fight Italy. Fall of Tokyo. Okay. The United States are taking care of Japan. Should not take much longer. Let's guarantee the independence of Greece. Oh, they were guaranteed by Romania anyway. If Italy decides to attack, they will have to face us as well. I'm still keeping troops in France, even though I'm justifying war goals and guaranteeing Greece, because there is a chance that we'll be defending Greece, and France will join Italy in an alliance because they're both fascist. In that situation, our troops should instantly take control of many French parts. Our alliance is the mightiest. We'll be fine. Let's do Danzig for Slovakia. Perhaps Poland will want a trade. Our country will look nicer. Apparently the peaceful flip will not work. Although, I can still do a coup. Let's check on Japan. Japan is falling. I am surprised, you don't see that often. Well, United States didn't have to fight us, so they focused on Japan solely. And I am buying a lot of stuff from the United States. Oh, whoa! Republican Italy. Italy is democratic, I don't need to fight them anymore. Revoke. Guarantee. I mean, I might still need to fight them, because Romania guaranteed Greece. Well, we'll see. Maybe they will not attack. Now that they are democratic. Nope, they still attacked. That's a pity, but I don't want to fight them. Did Romania join this war? Romania did join this war, and Romania is a member of our alliance. I could kick them. Romania managed to get other countries into this war. All our other allies are currently at war with Italy, and everyone's calling me to war against Italy. Italy is already democratic, but they also attacked some people. In the meantime, we're about to have our war goal on France, so let's get these troops ready for battle. You guys attack from Spain, because it's easier. The Greeks can handle themselves. It's really unfortunate timing with Italy flipping to democracy, but we're generally almost done. Japan is about to fall. Iraq joins them. United Kingdom attacks Iraq. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, there's still Hungary that's fascist. But I am working on it. Our war goal on France is complete. I think it's time to get rid of them. Declare war on France. And let's call in Spain. They are our puppet after all, they cannot refuse. Yeah, the Maginot Line will be a problem, but I want to attack everywhere and keep up the pressure. We will mostly be making progress from down south, I think. Danzig for Slovakia. Guess I'll do Ljubljana Ward and maybe Fate of Yugoslavia later on. And we are getting into France. Danzig ceded for Slovakia. Actually, this was better territory, lots more territory. But now, our country looks better. More whole. Okay, this is what I kind of expected. France has joined the Italian faction, which will put me at war with Italy, and it just has. No matter, we will prevail. Oh, I actually got through the marginal line. I did not expect that. So yeah, call to arms. Sure, I'll just accept everything. They want to send me all the expeditionary forces. Just look at that. Alright, let's reinforce some of our armies. Armies reinforced, and I still have quite a few left. So let's make new ones. New armies, that is. Let's cancel boosting popularity in Italy, that is no longer necessary. And the United States took out Japan. Good job, United States. Japan is now democratic. Perfect. Which leaves... oh, Republic of China. Cool. Which leaves just France. France is the last one. Well, not counting Hungary. Perhaps we should be counting Hungary. You should be flipping, shouldn't you? I guess I'll just justify a war goal on them. I spent so much time trying to convince you to be good. Fun thing about this is we don't actually need to defeat Italy. The moment France is capitulated, and depending on the context whether we want to beat up Hungary or not, we will be victorious. Because even though Italy is our enemy, they are democratic. Alright, let's invite Greece to our faction. Polish-Romanian alliance. I mean, they're both in the same alliance. France mostly taken care of. Yeah, Italy is well defended. Those are mountains, so it makes sense. Fortunately, we don't have to beat them. Come on, France. Alright, Hungary, you have 3 months to change to democracy, or we'll kill you. Fall of Paris. Okay. France has capitulated. Perfect. Unfortunately, they are allied with Italy, so this war will not end. But we've beaten them. Is Bulgaria fascist as well? No, they're non-aligned, which is fine. I left some troops still pursuing the defeat of Italy, so if it happens, that's fine. If it doesn't, I'm also okay with it. Let's do Fate of Yugoslavia. I wonder if they will try to protest. Hungary, you have 2 more months to switch your government. A Republican Italy being invaded. Things actually started going very well in Italy. Perhaps I can beat them up as well. We don't need to, but it's always nice to defeat all your enemies. I am running out of manpower though. I suppose it makes sense, we are being very aggressive in the mountains. So let's do women in the workforce. And do some war propaganda. Guerrilla warfare, perfect. Should have researched that a long time ago, but I forgot. Our march through Italy is quite successful. I wonder who we will defeat first. Italy or Hungary? Still probably Hungary. You are my puppet, correct? So I should be able to force you to give me all your territory. Well, not all of it, but enough. That's better. Fate of Yugoslavia. Let's annex everyone. I mean, Croatia is still not ours. But it's fine. I have a war goal. Sure, let's declare war. On Hungary, you had your chance. Joined the Italian alliance. Already defeating them. I could use someone with a navy to destroy Italy for me. Greater Hungary was capitulated. I guess I'll puppet Romania now. Integrate war economies. Our relentless assault is quite relentless. Still, they do have good terrain here. We are technically victorious because all our targets have been capitulated. Italy is not one of our targets, but let's finish this. Transferring to Palermo is quite problematic, so I'd like to avoid that, but it doesn't seem to be possible. Although they're at 99%. No, I don't think there are any more victory points on this side of the strait. Romania accepts integration. Now, what kind of puppet are you? Just puppet. We need you to get to Messina quickly, before they can get a defense there going. Okay, everyone capitulate. Perfect. I'm gonna pass a little bit. And Italy. Take all states. Hungary. Take all states. And France, can I afford to take all states? I can. Thank you very much. Senegal joined the United Kingdom. Here we go. We are done. We have succeeded. Germany has gone democratic and eliminated both fascism and communism from the world. Well, except for Central and South America, but that's simply too much work, isn't it? Let's have a look. We have 800 factories. We could have more. I could have annexed a lot of territory from Spain and Russia, but this works as well. They are my subjects right now. Let's see. This is our alliance. All of this. The allies do hold quite a lot. We could crush them, but it would not be a quick fight. Let's check on the ideologies. Spain is our puppet and democratic. Russia is our puppet and democratic. France and Italy have been annexed. Japan has been puppeted by the United States and is also democratic. And communist China does not exist anymore. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.